Well, hello there, Libra. How are you? It is so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today, we're going to be taking a look at your mid-January tarot reading, and this is good from now until mid-February. So we'll take a look first at the overall energy with the oracle cards, and then we'll move to the tarot for more details about any obstacles on your path or advice from spirit. And if you're enjoying the content that I create, I really would appreciate it if you would consider liking, commenting, or subscribing. I really do appreciate all of your support. Okay, let's get into it. Choosing your path, all is possible. And dog spirit, be loyal to what you love. Okay, so Libra, there's an energy here where you're choosing to go in a different direction. And the reason you're choosing to go in a different direction is because you're realizing that a situation or a person or relationship has not been loyal to you. And it's kind of like understanding that if we're not loyal to ourselves, we're going to attract in people who are not loyal to us. I feel like you've been loyal to somebody else, but you put your loyalty to them over your own happiness. So this is an energy of taking back your power and being honest with yourself about some situation or relationship in your life where you have given a lot to this person or situation, and yet at the same time you haven't garnered their loyalty. It's a little bit of the energy. It's kind of interesting because we're at the end of this Pluto in Capricorn transit. But years ago, probably like 50 years ago maybe, right, when you worked for a company, right, you started like at a very young age, like 20 or whatever, and you stayed there until you were 65 and retired, or whatever the retirement age was back then. So at the end of that time, whether you worked for a corporation or the railroad or the government, at the end of your time, when it was time for you to retire, you would get like a gold watch or something like that. And maybe they throw a little party for you. But all of that time, you were expected to be totally loyal to the company, right? And at the end, the only thing you really got was a gold watch. At the same time, you may have had several encounters over those years where you didn't get the pay raise or the promotion that you were wanting. And yet at the same time, you stayed. Okay, this isn't you, Libra, but back then, right? People stayed at that job out of loyalty. You were expected to be loyal to the company that you worked for. We don't have that mentality quite so much anymore. But I feel like this is a situation kind of similar to that. It could be a job, but there's more of a family energy here, or a friend, where somebody maybe was loyal to you at one time. So you feel like you always have to be loyal to them. But they were loyal one time. Maybe you were sick and they brought you chicken noodle soup or something like that. And they were the only one that brought you chicken noodle soup. So you have this image that they really are loyal to you. But what you don't understand is that they're loyal to you in that moment, but then they go and they tell everybody, like everybody else in your friend circle, how terrible you looked when you were sick. Right? Oh, you should have seen Libra. Yeah. They looked really rough. It's understanding that sometimes people can be loyal to your face but be backstabbing you, okay, when they're not in front of you. I think the other thing is that you're understanding that, Libra, you're a peacemaker, right? So you tend to overgive in situations in order to keep the peace. But you've had a difficult situation, and because Pluto in Capricorn was in your fourth house of family, I feel like you had some difficult situation in family relationships, or maybe more than one, right? Where you were super loyal to the family, or super loyal to a good friend or something like that, because you had this sense that it's family or it's a friend. I have to be loyal to that person. And thinking that they would also be loyal back to you. This is understanding that person really wasn't loyal to you. And it's helping you with this Pluto transit. It's helping you to clear that energy out of understanding that there's nothing wrong about being loyal to other people, but not blindly, right? And that to always put your own sense of loyalty to yourself above your loyalty to other people. It's the number 19. 1 plus 9 equals 10. It's the end of a difficult cycle. It's the understanding that you have really tried your best. In fact, they're kind of showing me this dog. It's a very friendly dog, right? That you could have almost been like a little bit of a puppy dog trying to make somebody else happy, and recognizing that the entire time you were trying to make them happy, you were truly unhappy. But you felt like maybe if you made that person happy, that you would also feel happy. Or if you were loyal to that person, that they would automatically be loyal to you. You're understanding that the balance in some relationship or relationships has really been out of balance for a long time. And I feel like you're doing the final healing as Pluto moves into Aquarius January 21st. You're understanding as you go into, Pluto's moving into your 5th house of pleasure and play, of romantic connections, of understanding maybe I was overly loyal, okay, or overly concerned about what my family felt, or trying to please my family, to do what I was supposed to do for my family. But at the end of it, maybe I had to let go of some friends or some romantic relationships because my family didn't like them, right? Now it's coming back to, well, maybe it's more about my family not being loyal to me, right? I need to step into an energy of being loyal to what my heart truly desires and allowing yourself to experience that. You may have been holding back on having some experiences, maybe not romantic, but traveling or activities or hobbies or starting a business that's really near and dear to your heart, instead of feeling obligated, right, to family members or people that maybe rely on you for financial support. Yeah, your family is definitely part of this journey here. But the thing is that, yes, your ancestors are here. You're stepping into the energy of being a teacher for other people that maybe have had similar experiences and are having a hard time. It's very hard for us to disconnect from family members, right? It is very hard. It's a hard thing. Yet you have Taurus coming out here too. So Libra, I think this has something to do with perhaps feeling as though family provides some type of safety or security, or your role in the family is to provide safety and security for other people, whether that is emotional, physical, financial. There's something here where you're understanding that you were very loyal. You were very loyal to what you thought your role was, okay? And you were loyal to the people that were involved in that role, but not necessarily getting the same from the other people involved in this. I feel like for some of you, this has to do with a marriage, okay? So you have the Lovers and the Hierophant. So this is about long-term committed relationships, traditional values. And then this is the Gemini energy. You could be dealing with a Gemini, but this is about learning, okay? This is the wise one, having values, where you are learning to choose what your heart truly desires instead of trying to make peace, to keep harmony with other people, just to have harmony. Okay, so that's kind of interesting, right, Libra? Because you love to have harmony. So you could have been holding back what your heart truly desires in order to keep peace, because you were kind of like, well, peace is more important to me than me being happy. But peace isn't your happiness. And therefore, you've overgiven to people or situations in order to keep the peace, because you felt like peace was all that you really and truly wanted, it would make you happy. But what you're understanding is that there's no pleasure in peace. There's a sense of contentment. We enjoy having peace in our life, right? But there's no joy. There's no ecstasy, right? And here you are, you're stepping from the fourth house into the fifth house, understanding I've been trying to keep the peace in this family situation or friend group or whoever that you're having these conflicts maybe with, and trying to keep the peace. I've been trying to do that because I thought that would make me happy. But all of a sudden you're turning into this Aquarian energy of expansion, of going out there and saying to yourself, wait a minute, what really makes me happy? Even if it means that you may have to not keep the peace in some relationships, especially family relationships. Yes, look at this. Centered energy, self-care, finding balance, you have family. Now, I want you to know, look, he's like walking a tightrope, right? Libra, I think you've been walking this tightrope, trying to keep everybody in your life happy. But the whole thing is that you have been more loyal to this group of people than you have been to yourself. And that is where it is changing. You're understanding the first thing that's important is that I allow myself to be happy, that I allow myself to make decisions that are based on what I believe to be true. And truly believing in yourself and believing in the path that you are choosing, right? Because you have prosperity lies ahead. Prosperity is not just about money, although it does include that, right? But it's about a sense of fulfillment, of joy, of happiness, of passion, of pleasure. And that is what you are moving into as Pluto moves into Aquarius in your fifth house. You are seeking out new romantic connections, new connections, friend connections, work connections, people that energize you instead of people that maybe you got things balanced out in your family, but you're kind of still like, yeah, but I don't have any excitement in my life. This is like, well, wait a minute. Why can't I have excitement? Well, I can't have excitement because I have to be loyal to these people. It's about being loyal to you, being loyal to what your heart truly desires. Okay, so let's go to your obstacle at this time. Yeah, Hanged Man. You're holding back. You're waiting. Are you waiting for permission from these people in order to go towards what it is that your heart truly desires? Are you waiting for the people that you have been loyal to finally say to you, Libra, it's time for you to go have some fun, right? Yeah, it's really kind of an interesting energy. I think that you have put your own happiness on the back burner for so long that some of you are having this realization as Pluto moves out of Capricorn and into Aquarius that you felt the rules, the Capricornian rules that we have been conditioned to believe, right? And that's a little bit of the Hierophant, the way that you were brought up, that it was all about family or making the people in your life happy, or that if you just had peace in your life, you may have had grown up in a family where there was a lot of chaos, okay? And then you became an adult and you were like, I don't want any chaos. I just want everything to be peaceful. So in order to have everything peaceful and never have any confrontations or people upset in your life, right? You've overgiven to the situation just to keep the peace. Now you're like, okay, I want to keep the peace, but I want to keep the peace in my own heart. Understanding that when you allowed yourself to overgive to these people or situations, you may have kept peace in that situation, but internally you were very unhappy. You were in a place where you didn't have peace because you weren't following what your heart truly desires. And what do you need to release? Yeah, your ascended masters are here. So are your past life guides. You are really protected at this time because I feel like for some of you, you are making a huge change in your life, choosing your path. It's almost like you're upending some portion of your life and just saying, you know what, I've been doing this to make other people happy, but I am miserable, right? I'm not happy. And therefore, I'm willing to make a big change in my life. Now, that could mean that maybe you're quitting your job, right? You're understanding that you go to work every day and you're walking on eggshells all day long to keep your boss happy or keep your clients happy or keep your coworkers from talking about you behind your back or whatever it is, right? And you're kind of like, I can't deal with this anymore. This is too toxic. And you're quitting your job to go find another job or start your own business or whatever it is. Same thing in home, right? You may get home from work and then you feel like you're walking on eggshells, trying to make everybody happy, putting on a smiling face, and yet inside not being happy. And this is a huge, it's almost like I don't have a tower, but let's clarify this. I almost feel like, here's the Hierophant again. What do you believe is true? I think you're not living your truth. You're living the truth that other people want you to live, right? So, for some of you, yes, strength. And that's 2024 is the strength card, because 2 + 0 + 2 + 4 = 8. And that's the strength card. It's understanding that you have the internal strength and the grace to go towards what your heart truly desires. It's not about telling everybody off. That is not the strength card. It's not about roaring like the lion. It's about going within and having that inner strength to perhaps step up, speak your truth, go in the direction in which your heart truly is calling you to go. Yeah, you are walking away. You are truly walking away. And here we have Aquarian energy, your energy too, seeing clearly that you have to walk away from something in order to feel happy and successful and find the progress that you are wanting in your life. And I feel like it's a soul evolution, a higher progress, the satisfaction, the fulfillment of knowing that it's kind of like you feel like time is being wasted. And all of a sudden you're having this wake up call, and it's kind of like, I have to go on this journey. I have to go after what my heart truly desires. And does it mean upsetting the lives of some other people? Perhaps, right? But it's kind of like, it's time for me to be loyal to who I am and what my heart truly desires. So let's take a look at your advice. Yeah, it's going to take courage. It's going to take strength. The reason this is difficult for you, Libra, is because you have been conditioned to believe for so long that your happiness lies in keeping other people happy. Your happiness lies in keeping situations and relationships in your life peaceful, no conflict, harmony all the time, right? This is a very difficult move for you. I feel like you're really having to dig deep for the courage to make these changes. And for some of you, it is affecting the lives of other people, and that is why you're struggling with it for so much, right? But it's time to take action. Archangel Raguel and justice, harmony, and solutions, right? You can only have justice. That's your card, right? You can only have justice and harmony when you allow yourself to make the changes in your life. You're seeking the harmony in your life by trying to keep everybody else happy, but you're not happy. And understanding that when you're happy, you're going to attract in the people that want to be with you. That you're not going to have to work to make happy. They're going to be happy to be part of your life. And you're going to be happy to be part of theirs. It's time to it's time to fly away. It is truly time for you to make a big change. You're going to be victorious. You have the Chariot card here. You have the Six of Wands. Both of these are about moving. I think for some of you, you're physically moving to a new location, but you're making some big move. This is a huge move. This is deciding to go in a completely different path than what you have right now. It's empowering, Libra. I mean, I honestly feel empowered. The energy that I am receiving from this reading is empowering. It's not kind of like this energy of wanting to run away from something or, um, trying to, reject other people or anything like that. It's the energy of stepping into who you truly are and knowing that this is your path. It is time for you to go forward. For some of you, I feel like you've been waiting a long time for this. It's time to love yourself and to go in that direction. I also feel like some of you are stepping onto your true spiritual path, stepping into using your gifts, your talents, your creative abilities to share your love and light with other people as we go into the age of Aquarius, right? It's perfect timing. It's such an empowering and so much, I can't even explain it. I'm trying to, but it's so empowering because you're stepping into your truth. You're seeing with clarity. You have the King of Swords here. You're seeing with clarity what has been holding you back. It's been your fear of upsetting other people, of not having harmony in your life. But what you're understanding is that if the harmony is only external, it doesn't mean you have internal harmony. Here you are, you're seeking internal harmony. And that means that for a short time, you may have to have external chaos, conflict, right? I know that scares some of you, but it's kind of like, I have to make those external changes so that I can have this internal harmony within me. Wow. All right, Libra. Let's pull a soul truth card for you. And I do personal readings. So if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. Who can I serve today? This is interesting because this has really been coming up in the readings lately. This energy of serving. I feel like this is the thing. For some of you that are really embracing your spiritual gifts and wanting to step into the energy of being a spiritual teacher, a healer, a mystic, using your creative energy to share your love and light with other people. The thing is that you've been focused, okay, on trying to serve the people in your life and trying to make them happy. You thought that was serving, okay? Now what you're understanding is serving is really about sharing our light and love with the world. It's understanding that if we keep giving to the same people, but we're not receiving back that same amount of energy, perhaps they're just not ready for our light and love. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? We can't force people to be enlightened. We can't force people to step into their self-awareness. That's something that we all do at the divine time on our path. So instead of keep giving to the small group of people, trying to feel as if you're doing your part in the collective, it's about looking at the bigger picture and saying, wait a minute, I have something truly to share with the world. I'm going to put it out in this direction. Right? And by making that change, you're also attracting in new soul tribe members that want to be a part of what it is that you believe, where your vibration is, where your light and love wants to go. Beautiful, beautiful energy here. In a world lacking soul-to-soul connection, simple and small acts are what create the biggest and most lasting impact. We shift our own pain and experience an avalanche of love when we lose ourselves in the service of others. Who needs you today? And I think you've been conditioned to believe, right? You have been conditioned to believe that the people you're supposed to serve, and this isn't for like young children that are truly dependent on you, but you have been conditioned to believe that you are meant to serve this small group of people, whether it's at work or in your family life, that is who you're supposed to serve. It makes their life a lot easier, Libra. Now you're understanding serving isn't over giving to people. Serving is sharing my light and love with other people and helping them to feel that energy, to heal themselves, to step into their own higher version of themselves. Wow, powerful energy here, Libra. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I am going to have some special readings about the Pluto transiting into Aquarius later this week. Please keep an eye out for those because you may even feel more calling of that from what you're getting here in this. So I hope to see you again. Much love and light. Bye for now.